don't know why everything's so itchy right now. It's like ridiculous. What's up, family? So I might look like a hot mess right now because I've been wearing my makeup all day and like I've been laying down and all this other stuff. So yeah, and if you guys hear noise in the background, I don't think you guys should, but one, I'm on FaceTime with Tina, so she is watching her anime thing or whatever, so we're on FaceTime. And two, my family's home, so you might hear like weed being played and all this other stuff, so excuse the background noise. I'm gonna try to talk over the background noise so you guys don't like hear it too much. To the point of this video, I have been getting a lot of requests since yesterday to make this video. If you guys had watched my Air Force journey #1, you guys would know that I am obviously going through the process of being in the Air Force. So plenty of you guys have been asking me all day to make a video on Asvab tips. So here it is. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna sit down in front of this camera and I'm gonna make this video. I don't need to be all cute for it. So before I get into my tips, if you are new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe in the corner of this video. I think it's this corner. And I'll be uploading more videos. So if you guys follow me on Snapchat, you guys would know that I went to MEPS yesterday to take my Asvab, and the Asvab date was May 8th. So I took my Asvab yesterday for the second time, and this time I scored a 53. And to get into the Air Force right now is, hold on. Right now, to get into the Air Force, you need a 36. I had a significant change from the last time I took my Asvab, which was last year, the same time. So, my neck. So, yeah, I scored a 53 this time. And plenty of you guys have been asking me to do tips. So, here is my tips for you guys. So some things that I want to mention before I actually get into the tips for the Asvab is that I want to tell you guys the sections of the Asvab that actually matter, that actually go with the AFQT score. The 4 sections that help you get your AFQT score, that's the score that they actually look at when you're going into the military. So it's the word knowledge, paragraph comprehension, math knowledge, and arithmetic reasoning. So those are the 4 sections that I spent most of my time studying on. The rest of the test is basically what job you guys want to do in that particular branch. You should know what job you want to do or have an idea of what job you guys want to do before you actually take the Asvab, because that will help you with studying. So say if you wanted to be a mechanic or something like that, you only have to study those sections that have to do with mechanics and let go of everything else, and you don't have to worry about it. And my third thing that I wanted to mention before I actually go into my tips with you guys is to take an initial practice test to see what you need to work on. If you are really good at something, you do not need to study it the whole entire time, because then that's pointless. So I would recommend you guys to do an initial practice test. Sometimes you can do it with your recruiter, and I've gone in there plenty of times to do a practice test with them to see what I need to work on. So I would do that. Go into your recruiter and ask them to take an initial practice test and see what you need to work on so you can study that. So the first tip that I want to give you guys is to take practice tests online. This is my important tip, I feel like, because this is what I did for most of the time that I studied. What I would do is that I would go online and I would like type in Asvab practice test. They'll break up the parts of the Asvab into different practice tests, and for me personally, what I needed to work on was arithmetic, reasoning, and math knowledge. That's what I have the most trouble with, is math. I can't do math. Like, one day I'll do arithmetic, reasoning, and one day I'll do math knowledge, and I'll keep going back and forth with the practice test until I run out of practice tests, which is impossible. So there shouldn't be no reason why you're not studying, because they never run out of practice tests. I found like a gazillion online. So I'll just put down in the description box some of the practice tests that I did, but there's plenty of them out there. So The second tip that I want to tell you guys, that I feel like all people who try to tell you tips about the Asvab say, and that's to get the Asvab for Dummies book. When I first studied for the Asvab for my first Asvab test, I had an Asvab for Dummies book, but this time I got the Asvab for Dummies app, and it was like $10 on the Apple App Store, and I would do the practice tests on the app, and I did them until I ran out of practice tests, because I think you only go through it one time, and then on it you can rate whether you knew it, you somewhat knew it, or you didn't know it at all. And then once you finish all the practice tests, then you can go through each section and like say if you had like a bunch of I didn't knows, you can go back to the I didn't knows and see if you can try to get it the second time. I did that until I ran out of the practice tests, or they were all green, and that's when I moved on to the practice test online. So I love the Asvab for Dummies app. I did that constantly all the time, and it was like more convenient for me because I like to do my practice test on a computer, but the Asvab for Dummies app is on the go. I always have my phone with me, so I was doing it constantly. So I recommend to get the Asvab for Dummies app rather than the book. I feel like the app worked 10 times better than the book. But my third tip for you guys is to take breaks. When I first studied for the Asvab last year, when I took it last year, I would work myself to death trying to study. Like, I would not take breaks. I would study like hours on end, and then I feel like I would never retain the information, which I didn't. So it was ridiculous. Like, I don't know, I was just studying so much from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to sleep, and I just was not retaining information. And that's because you just need to have that little break, that little breather, you know what I'm saying? You need to I would study now, like when I took that, before I took my Asvab yesterday, when I would study 30 minutes to an hour, and I would study every other day. I didn't study every single day. I just didn't. I just didn't feel like I needed to study every single day. But if you study 30 minutes to an hour every day, that will be 10 times beneficial than studying hours on end in one day and doing that every single day. Do you guys know what I mean? Another thing is that to study in a nice, well-lit, quiet area. Okay, I had to learn that the hard way, because the first time I took the Asvab, I studied in my bed, and like I would fall asleep, or I didn't want to do it. I got lazy, I got tired. So don't study in your bed. Don't study in like a comforting place. I didn't study on my couch either. I would fall asleep on my couch, and I watch TV on my couch. Don't have your TV on. Some places that I study, where I study at the coffee shop, I also have a desk that I slid in front of my window, because I don't know, it's just staring out the window and having that light come in, the sun, helped me focus and just relax, wind down for studying. So yeah, you can also study at the library. It's just you need to be in a nice, well lit, I need to sit up type of area. You know, no laying down, okay, no comfy, soft, no nothing. You need to sit up. My fourth tip for you guys is to study with a partner or have a tutor, but you should also study alone too. So I've seen plenty of Asvab tips on YouTube where they tell you not to study with anybody and just to study by yourself. And even in the Asvab for Dummies book, they tell you to study by yourself. But to me, I cannot study by myself. I tried to study by myself the first time I took the Asvab, and it didn't go so well, just because I need help. Like math is very, 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 very difficult for me. I can't study by myself because I don't know what I'm doing. And even if the practice Asvab test give me an explanation, I still need further explanation, I guess. So I used to study with Courtney and with Tina. Courtney is Tina's cousin, and they're both really, really good at math, and Tina is also trying to go in the Air Force, and she scored really, really high on her Asvab. I don't want to tell her score out there for you guys because I don't know if you guys want you guys to know. Was that English? yeah, she scored pretty high on the Asvab, and she did really good on her math section, so she was helping me. And to be honest with you, if it wasn't for her and if it wasn't for Courtney, I'd probably be lost somewhere in the sauce. I also went to Asvab tutoring. So where I live at, Asvab tutoring is free, it's local, and you just go in there and then you take an initial practice test and they tell you what you need to work on and they help you work on it. So I went there for a little bit. I didn't go there very long, but I went there for a little bit, and it helped. You know, if you have a fellow person that's going to take the Asvab, or you have a friend that's going to take the Asvab too, y'all get together, go to a coffee shop or something, and y'all study together, you know what I mean? But you need to study on your own time too. Don't depend on your friend to help you study. You need to study by yourself too, because they ain't gonna be there to take the test for you. So you gotta learn it yourself too, okay? The 5th tip I have for you guys is to relax and don't stress out. The first time I took the Asvab last year, I was so stressed out. I was so nervous. I feel like I couldn't remember everything. It was just ridiculous. I was just trying to remember everything and absorb everything at one time, and it was just so hard, and I was just panicking, and I didn't score the score I wanted to last time because I was just like, oh my god, I can't remember all of this, and it's just ridiculous, right? So this time I was actually really relaxed. I told Tina that I felt like I wasn't gonna do good just because of how relaxed I was. I was just so like I don't know, like I was just so calm for some reason. I just don't know. So just relax and deep breaths and just take it all in, but like don't freak out, okay? Don't freak out. It's not as hard as people make it seem. If you studied and did what you were supposed to do before you take the actual test, you'll be absolutely fine. So just another tip that I have for you guys is to take like a nice breathing session between each test. And my 6th and my last tip, I think, that I want to give you guys is to keep your first answer that you chose. So last year when I took the test, I would second guess myself a lot, and I'll pick one option, then I'll be like, no, I don't think it's this, and I'll go pick another option, and usually the first option that you picked was the right one to begin with. Don't second guess yourself. Second guessing yourself will get you the wrong answer, okay? Don't second guess yourself. I think that's everything that I wanted to tell my Leah babies. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any more questions about the Asvab or what I did during my Asvab, put them down in the comments below and I will answer them for you guys. Slide this in there. So I went to my recruiter today and I set up my MEPS processing, and my MEPS processing starts on May 19th. So May 18th I go to the hotel and I stay the night. So if you guys want me to do a MEPS experience for you guys, I will definitely do that for y'all, but just let me know if you want me to do that, because it's probably gonna be something else I've never experienced before. So yeah, I will definitely do that for y'all. Just let me know. But don't forget guys, I love you so much, my small little family, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.